and just it doesn't feel like fall at all. But one question we want to put to the test is how might it affect our crops out there? So our own News 4 Tucson Storm Tracker 4 meteorologist Isabella Fredrickson has some answers. Isabella,
Well, Matt, as we know, this has been the hottest September ever recorded in Tucson, and October is continuing the triple-digit streak. One can only wonder, how is this impacting our southern Arizona crops? I took a trip to the Marana Pumpkin Patch to find out. Here at the Marana Pumpkin Patch, hundreds of pumpkins were harvested last week just in time for opening weekend. John Post, the owner and farmer here, tells me how the record-breaking heat has impacted his fall harvest. To one's surprise, these above-average conditions have actually helped his crops.
The late heat has some benefits. It's actually better to have late heat than it is to have cold, rainy temperatures in September and October, because that's very detrimental to our crops.
Post explains how at this point in the season, fall harvest crops, which are planted late spring through July, have already decided if they will grow or not. So all the heat and sun does is encourage and speed up their last stage of growth before harvest. This is not just true for pumpkins, but other fall harvest crops such as cotton.
For instance, a cotton crop, because it's getting done, because of the heat, it's getting done much quicker. And I'll be able to get out and harvest it sooner than I normally would because of the heat.
While it seems the crops are thriving outside in these record-breaking conditions heading into fall, it's safe to say people outside are not as thrilled. Miguel, who works on the farm, explained how outside it's hot.
Mucha calor.
There's too much heat today and the days before too. It's too hot and too much heat.
Yes, it's hot for us humans outside, but if you need proof of how crops are thriving, well, let the size of these pumpkins speak for themselves.
In fact, this year, typically Marana doesn't get a lot of size, pumpkins that are bigger. But this year, we seem to have a lot of pumpkins that have some decent size.
Now, if you plan to head to the Marana Pumpkin Patch to grab yourself a pumpkin, remember to stay hydrated and try to avoid peak hours of the afternoon, as things are still looking hot. Reporting from the studio, Isabella Fredrickson, back to you.
Thank you, Isabella, and for the latest weather updates.